Hi guys, Martin from Belief. In this video we're going to look at the BM Images element within Elementor. Now we've looked at the image location shortcode in the past. Shortcode is code that you copy onto your website. It's super simple to use but can be over complex with the addition of attributes to that shortcode that alter the behavior or the way images are returned to your website. So it's a comprehensive module, and it provides a huge scalability in the way you manage your images around your website. Now, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to select website management here. I'm going to select the libraries panel, and there's a little icon here called website images. It's just one single little icon. It is a minor module, but it has a really big impact. And this gives you access to upload various images, assign these images to what we call anchors or slugs on your website. You can upload images, you can remove images and so on from your website. And then there's various types of shortcode here. You can just copy when you select the anchor. If you just want to see what the shortcode is, you just do that and copy that thing. But the easiest way of doing so is via the review panel, where you can look at all the images you have uploaded and copy the appropriate shortcode. Now, image, demo, anchor, image, that will be copied into a post or page. You could copy that into a page or your blog post or anywhere else, and that will assign the image that is associated with that slug. So you can have that single shortcode in 10, 20, 50, 100 locations on your website, and you can update all those images, the single image, globally across all the occurrences of that single shortcode. In this case, we've got the image assigned here. You've got the actual thumbnail and all those sorts of things and where it's assigned. A little bit of information, but the important thing is you can see what image, I guess, is assigned there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how to manage location images from within Elementor. And we'll also look at the YouTube thumbnail linking to a YouTube modal. The second part of that, the YouTube functionality, is probably more important than anything else right now, because I have looked at a few ads recently where brokers and businesses have rendered multiple YouTube containers to a single page. And what that does is it slows down the page load enormously. It doesn't support YouTube iframes, don't necessarily support lazy loading or slow loading. So it won't load as you scroll and so on, and they'll load inline, so it won't load last to your page necessarily unless there are modifications made, which we've made, but it still loads slowly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight into this. I'm just going to show you the location images first, and then I'll jump into the YouTube thumbnail component, which is arguably more important. If you're engaging with our landing page module, what I'm describing here is super important, and it's entirely scalable. So if you have to replace 10 images which are used, it's the same image that's used in 10 locations on your website, you can update all those images all at once, and it's really easy to do. It's point and click. What we're going to do is we're going to search for images here, and there are a large number of image kind of options that we provide. These are all our own, the BM images, and BM images is ours, which is a slider essentially, but BM images here is the location image and YouTube image and all that sort of stuff. So it's asking me to select an image module. Now, at the moment, there's 5 modules. This hasn't been updated in a while, and there are a few updates that we're going to make to this, which have presented themselves in the light of operational experience, and I'll talk about those. So we've got location images, image gallery, which is created either in Elementor or within Centify, which is our social media module. So you can, create galleries of stuff and send the same gallery to Facebook and put it on your website in various places and do all those sorts of things. YouTube thumbnail, which we're going to look at, the standard image, and the company image. Company image is your logo, your profile photos, all those images that are created in Yabba, because when we create them in Yabba, they are sent to an applicable website. First thing we're going to do is look at location images. So select location. Now we've got a location here called demo house, demo slug location. These are created by you and they're meant to be fairly descriptive. So you know, instead of having a description, a slug, just detailing what the picture is, you would have a location. So first home buyer underscore rate card, or first home buyer underscore promotion, or whatever it is. So it's a single image that's used in multiple locations. I'm going to select demo house here. The image width at the moment is selected at 560. Height is 0, which means it will it won't alter the height based on what's already defined. Link to URL, Yabba defined. Now, when we go through and create an image location, it will give us an option. Well, this is kind of getting ahead of myself. We can assign an image to a location, so we're going to replace the image that's associated with demo anchor, or we can assign an image to one of these specific images. So these are unassigned images. They haven't been assigned with the default slug yet. So if I was to pull that up, it would give me an option to apply a link here to a page. And I can just type in any old link in here, right? So you can link images to anywhere, but we do have those posts associated with your website all in there. So again, the FAQs are a better place to gain an understanding of how this is used, but it's really easy. I don't want you to think it's in any way complicated, because all we're doing is posting a shortcode onto your website, and then you can assign an image to that shortcode. But the shortcode itself can be used in 20, 50, 100 locations. So anyway, so we're going to go with link to image modal, which means we're not going, actually I won't, I'll link Yabba defined, which means it'll open to wherever this image is meant to link. Again, a really great feature, because you can create images on your website that link somewhere, but then alter where that image points in the future if you need to. Or you can remove the image entirely. That's the other really cool feature of this, is you can just remove the image and only display it if it needs to be shown. Image alignment, left, center, and right. What I'll do is I'll create this at 1200 pixels by 600 pixels, so it occupies the entire width of the page. And all I have to do there is wait for it to pop up, and that's going to show. Now, you may not be able to see in the bottom left there, it says beliefmedia.com.au. So that image is linking to our website. If I was to assign a custom link, I just type that in. And what I'm also going to do is apply a black and white filter. So grayscale, black and white. So that will just load there now, black and white. And if you see in the bottom left there, it says test.com, because that's where that image is now linking. Super, super simple to use. Or I can link to the image modal itself, which basically just links to a higher version, higher res, well, full version of itself. When is that applicable? Well, you might have it as a thumbnail. You might have this as a thumbnail in a gallery, which is our standard gallery setup. You might have a whole bunch of these linked side by side, and I'll show you how that's done in a moment in Elementor, although the gallery format automatically puts them into a grid with columns and so on. In this case, if we were to have a look at the actual page, and this will update automatically, that'll just link to, okay, it's linked to the smaller version, the color version. That's actually an error, and I hate when I encounter errors because I have to fix it, because I update this stuff all the time, and I introduce errors more often than I correct them. But the gallery, I know for sure the gallery works exactly as it is meant to with the gallery shortcode, because we only tested that last week. So what I'm going to do is I am going to delete this, and I'm going to actually I won't, I'll go to the history and do that. So that'll bring back the I was meant to anyhow, demo house. Okay, I'm going to make that 700 by the way as well, and that will bring back the image. The only reason I'm bringing it back, And there are a number of different filters you can apply here. These are the default PHP filters, so the ones built into the programming language, so the ones compiled in C in the back end. So what I'm going to do, negative invert, I'll just give you an example. You know, this all, oh, that looks awful, but there are people that will use dumb stuff like that. And I'll just get rid of that. We don't need that nonsense in our life, do we? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to assign a different image to demo house. So we can imagine this is our page. You know, we've got a post going on and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just going to reassign a new image to demo house. Assign to location. So select location anchor, demo house. There, open it up. Okay, demo house, I can't change that. Once it's created, it's fixed. Use existing website image, or I can upload from the panel down here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use an existing image, and I'm going to assign the lounge room with a blue couch. And here's the image link. I'm going to keep that at beliefmedia.com.au because there's no reason to change it. So that's saved. It's a green button. The change is made immediately. So if you had this assigned in 20 locations on your website, next time somebody comes in and they pull up your page, that new image will be there. So really, like in actuality, every single image on your website, like every single image should really be assigned in this manner, because there's nothing worse than having anything hard-coded, which means you have to go into your website to change it. Certainly within landing pages, if you're using the same image, should you use an image, even if it's a profile photograph on any page of your website, you need to be able to change that on one landing page or 50 landing pages at a single click. And that's why the image, that's why this module was created. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at, by the way, this grey above here and grey below, I should say this because it has caught a couple of people out. That's the margin top and margin bottom. That's automatically applied in shortcode, obviously, and here. So to get rid of that, you just change those two settings, and that's that. So I'm going to delete that image, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a grid with 3 containers, and I'll just drag this down here so we've got a bit of space above it. These are just empty shortcode containers, these two. And again, I'm going to search for images, our images element, and let's put in 3 thumbnails. Now, these can be videos. All right, like I'll show you. In fact, we've got a YouTube widget, BM YouTube. We can dump a video in there, super easy. A single video, a custom playlist, YouTube playlist, a Yabba selection, whatever else. So I can just select the video there, start time if we want to alter the start time, video chapters if we want to include the chapters on the page, video aspect ratio if we want to alter that. That's the size in which it's presented. Conditional escalation. We've got so many features here that are really cool. Now that will just render, a YouTube video container. Like that. See, how, even then it took time. Who's that beautiful fella? I'll just leave that there for the moment. And we've got 2 images here. So let's have a look at the difference between them. We're going to dump in a YouTube thumbnail. Select a single video source. Now we can select from the video library, which is all our videos, right? Everything that's been ingested via Yabba. So we never want you entering video IDs and dumb stuff like that. This is what breaks stuff. Everything has to be just point and click. So we get certainty and predictability in the behavior of this stuff. So we can also select formally videos. They're the videos associated with forms, namely the LVR videos. And location videos. Let's just go with location videos, and I'm going to show you this for a specific reason because there's gobbledygook here. Okay, these here, that will change. Like historically, because it was a shortcode feature initially, we didn't worry too much about how we didn't plan to build a menu, but it's a super simple addition. I'll just put it to the list of things to update. So this will show the video title in the future. So let's just select that first video, whatever that is. Now what this is doing right now is it is pulling in the thumbnail from YouTube. It's saving it locally to your WordPress installation. So it's saving it locally, it's assigning an ID, it's rescaling it in different ways. It's doing a whole bunch of different things. And then optimizes it. So it applies different types of algorithms there to minimize the file size. So that's a very small file size, loads very quickly. Already you can see that there is a bit of a nuisance, the margin top and margin bottom. So that's that. Now let's go with the second video. We're going to select another YouTube thumbnail. So select video source. Again, we'll go with just another location video because they're easy. And these are videos that are assigned to every page on your website. By the way, what a location video is, I should have been clearer, is videos are assigned in the same way these images are. In that you put a slug on your website, and that is video, and then its ID equals, and then a little slug. And you can have that on any number of videos. So if you have an LVR video shown 10 times on your website, you can update that single video globally with the click of a button. Now there are platforms that allow you, if you had Wistia videos, you could replace the video within Wistia and stuff. But this is just easy. It lets you work within YouTube, which is super simple to use. It's global. It gets an audio. You know, it's just so many benefits to what I've just described. So let's assign whatever this video is. And again, that's going to pull in the thumbnail. That's more aligned with how you might want it on your page, although I just did this for a demo when I was showing you how to change the thumbnail on your YouTube videos from within Yabba. Really simple process. You just assign a video, upload an image, and upload it, right? And that's why it looks so basic, because I created this in Photoshop in real time. So if I publish that and pull up this page, it'll just update in a second. Elementor changes that itself. And now we've got these three things. I'd want a bit of padding here above the top of these things because it's not aligned with the video. And that's because there's a margin assigned above YouTube videos by default. It looks like about, 10 pixels. So if I was to select that image, margin top, and 0 margin top. I might have to have a look at that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. You get the point. I'd reduce the margin. Certainly I can reduce that here just with this functionality as well, and I can drag that image towards the top. And they're roughly the same height. However, I can change these thumbnails. If I had 4 in here, what I might choose to do is where's the what I can do here is I can select that row first of all, and I can select 4 columns. In fact, I'll make it 5 columns. This is turning into a bit of a gallery as such. You'd have different videos there obviously, but I can then do some cool things like make these square. And this is where I'm going to talk about the the YouTube videos themselves are not ideal for rescaling. So I'm going to get rid of that because you can see the videos are just a nuisance. They can't be customized in the way that you probably want them customized. You can alter. I did have a format there for the scalability, so the aspect ratio and such, but the videos are a nuisance to deal with. They're just a little bit unpredictable in that sense. So we're going to have all these videos here. And these are location videos as well. So I've got these 4 videos. They're all the same. Let's put in just a different video just to break it up a bit. because that looks kind of ridiculous. So I'll just pop in another video here, just to provide some little bit of contrast. Was that the same video? I don't know. And I'll just do this one last. There we go. So we've got sort of this setup now where you've got, now the reality is this icon here, this second one, is the closest to what you would want yourself. If you have a 1920 by 1080 sort of video format, or 16:9, which is wide format, you have to present that when you film it and when you edit it in different ways. Now, this video here was intentionally created. When I did this in Photoshop, I said, okay, we'll do this in the middle, so if it's shown in a square format, it'll at least show on the thumbnail that's manufactured in a 1:1 aspect ratio. The reality is it's quite poor. Like I didn't put in any effort. But let's just have a look at what this looks like on the page. So all of a sudden you've got, you know, these 5 videos. They look terrible. That's because there's no thumbnails assigned. But clicking on any of those will launch the video. So here we have 5 videos. Let's take the time. I'll refresh this page. Okay, so refresh. Well, it refreshed immediately. YouTube videos would have taken 20 seconds. They take a long time, 25 seconds even, slower on a slower connection. So images are a preferred way, and you can do more with a thumbnail. You can communicate more information. So that's why it's used. And the modal just works tremendously well, and it scales nicely on mobile devices and everything else. So my point is, don't use YouTube videos on landing pages. Okay, use thumbnails because they load quickly. You can design the thumbnail to in any way that floats your boat. You can alter it in the future, and I use location videos for a reason, and that is if those videos on your landing pages change, you simply alter them at the Yabba level. So you select the I think it's, I thought I put the icon up in the top here because it's super important, the video stuff, but the icon here, website videos, where we can assign different videos to different pages and so on. Within the forms module, you can select, I think it's in the stepped module now, where we assign the videos to the formally module. So these are videos that are associated specifically with a form. So you can select a website and, you know, what is these are the videos that have to be assigned. These are the ones I want assigned on for every form installation, because they're used at various points within the thingamajiggy. So for each of these borrowing types, there's 4 videos assigned, which is an absolute nuisance, but these are the videos that have been assigned to those slugs. Now, I know I just confused the crap out of you, but that's all right. The point is you can assign different videos here. If you've got videos used on 20 different 20 different landing pages, you can assign a new video to those 20 different landing pages with one click. That becomes really important, and it's fast loading. So our landing pages there are designed with a specific purpose, and they're scalable. We're not introducing a technical debt to your operation. We're not introducing a problem that you're going to have to fix later, because this can just all be updated. So it's super simple to use, guys. It's really, really cool. Like, it's a great module. I use it every single day for guys. And certainly if there's a video on your site, you'd never, ever, ever, ever want to hard code it into your website, because at some point you're going to use that same video somewhere else, and then in the future you are going to want to change it. You're going to say that video no longer applies. The first home buyer scheme has changed. XYZ now applies. I need to change that video. Oh no, I've used it in 5 locations. You can just go in and assign a different video to all those locations. It becomes effective immediately. So it's a really good system. Now, I will come back to this image module in the future, because there is some really cool stuff you can do with it. It's so scalable. Like company image, by the way, if I was to select profile. I don't know which image I've assigned that with. Okay, the second one. That's just going to load our logo, I think. Oh, who's that handsome devil? Okay, so there's, you know, obviously very, very different ways in which this can all be managed and, you know, so on. It's the FAQs will go through it, but if you're advertising on Facebook, and I had to point out 5 modules that make our Facebook experience awesome, certainly our step forms, our automation, our back end, our this, our that, and everything else, but I think the location videos and location images would certainly rate a mention, because so often pages have to be changed. Even the text on landing pages is fully updated from within Yabba. The headings, the compliance, everything is updated within Yabba, and it's global. So a single update impacts every single page you have on your site. So that's that, guys. I will talk again. I will talk about this more in the future, particularly as it relates to galleries, because galleries are awesome. That's a location image linking to a page that doesn't exist. All right, guys. Well, that's that. Martin Curry, Belief Media, 0400 777 300 is my number. That number again, 0400 777 300. Bye-bye.